Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Anarchy Trading. Today, we're talking about something that no one in the trading community really likes to talk about: why you probably shouldn't day trade. Now, not because it's impossible, but because it's brutally unforgiving if you're not built for it. This isn't clickbait or fear mongering, it's just an honest look at the cost people ignore. If you've ever felt frustrated, stuck, or confused in trading, this episode is for you. Levi, what's going on today?
Hey man, nothing much. We got like right now at the time of recording this podcast, we're like in the middle of this winter storm in South Carolina, which it normally speaking, when you're when we used to live up in New York, wouldn't be a big deal, but in in Carolina, it's like a massive world-ending apocalypse because they don't have any way to like plow stuff around here or salt
Dude, I
anything, and
live
so
in
everything
Colorado
shuts
and
down.
I've only gotten like 6 inches of snow total this year in Colorado so far. It's been crazy.
Yeah, well, that's insane. We got 6 inches of snow this this week, so it was pretty wild. So anyway, that's where we're at. We're kind of like the entire world shut down. We one of our flights got canceled. We had to drive from Miami to Charlotte, so that was a fun drive. Um, so yeah, anyway, thanks for the intro. This is something that again, we don't we're optimistic people, and we've talked a lot about the need for optimism, and you need to um we did this a whole episode about the Stockdale paradox, and the need for there is a need for being optimistic, but only if it's paired with brutal realism, right? Knowing what it's going to take. And so we like we like encouraging people to day trade. And this video is not meant as some, I don't know, masochistic, trying to beat ourselves up sort of thing. And it's not meant to discourage anybody. What it's meant to do is help a new trader, because many of our listeners are new traders, count the cost of, okay, is this something, this is something you're going to have to put time and a lot of effort into, and if at the end of that you still can't day trade, well, you just wasted time. And time is the only resource in this world we can't get back. So, what I think would be helpful to do today is just give newer traders a look at, okay, what is this going to take? And should I even be doing this? And we have a lot of traders who've listened to us for a while, who've been putting quite a lot of time. And we're not trying to discourage anybody. And next week, what we're going to do is 5 reasons you should day trade, and hopefully that we can kind of do a bit of a yin and yang here, so we're not just beating people over the head and discouraging people. So anyway, the top reason that I had for, well, it's not, maybe not the top. These are in no specific order, but the number one reason I had for you should not be day trading is if you need money. This is a long term thing. And the problem is, most of the time you get ads online for courses or for prop firms is when you've lost your job and you're looking. People know, when they're making ads, they know who to shoot these ads to. And it's people who are looking for money, people who are looking for a job, people who need a side hustle. And there are many better side hustles, I promise you. There are a ton of side hustles you could pick up tomorrow and start making money. Day trading is not one of them. It's just not. So this is a long term process. It's a long term skill that you're going to have to build. You're going to have to learn a lot, and and if that interests you, and if you really like it, it's a lot of fun and it's worth doing. We love day trading, and that's why we do this podcast. But if this is something short term, hey, I need a side hustle, you shouldn't be doing it. Because one, you won't succeed, and two, it'll actually make it much, much harder for you if you do need the money. And we're going to hit that point later on. That point comes later. Needing money and upping the pressure is going to hurt you a lot in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before on the podcast. The reason for that is because when you need the money, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you're going to tend to um, be forcing stuff, right? Because it has to work. So instead of being willing to take a step back and be able to reevaluate things and take a look at your trades and sit out and stuff, you're constantly going to be trying to make money because you have to. Um, No one should be trying to trade under that type of pressure. It's just not going to work for you. We have never seen that work in our trading conversations with many people. We've never seen someone who actually needs the money to actually be successful trading. So if you need money, guess what? First of all, go get a side gig, as Levi said. Go mow lawns, go wash windows, go shovel driveways. I mean, there's a million different things you can do, right? But go do that. Once you have some income coming in, do some trading on the side, but you can't have it because otherwise it's just going to completely throw off your psychology. The next item that I had was very closely associated with money is you can't trade if you're a gambler. Listen, guys, if you have a gambling problem, if you're going to the casino, if you're buying a bunch of scratch off tickets, if you're going in debt to bet on horses, or if you have DraftKings on your phone at all, you should not be trading because let's be honest, if you have a gambling mindset, um, trading against not going to be for you because guess what? Trading does have a, what would you say, dopamine response to it. Like when you get a good trade, your body go, yeah, you get kind of get that little bit of a dopamine high. Um, and if you're a gambler, you have gambling tendencies, or if you are a recovering gambler, if you've been like, I mean, I've worked in addiction, both process and substance addiction for many years. And if you have if you have an actual addiction problem to gambling or you're a recovering gambler, don't even get into trading. It's not worth it for you. You are going to end up getting into a problem because let's be honest, just the way the psychology of trading works, those ups and downs as you trade more and more, you hopefully those ups and downs get smaller and smaller, but you're still going to begin that dopamine hit, and you got to be really careful because that could very quickly turn into an addiction. We know people who have bought thousands of accounts, thousands, and they will buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 prop firm accounts a day hoping to somehow strike it big, I guess. I don't really understand it myself because I guess I'm not a gambler, but it's unbelievable. And so don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to your family. You can very quickly, it's probably the biggest way to ruin your life is to get into the whole gambling mindset.
Yeah, and I should say right off the top that a lot of these points that we're going to go over today are things that you might be able to work on, right? So it's not necessarily an instant no if you have some of these things. Gambling is one of the ones it's really one that we've found, and with most things that are addictions, you can't really get better on. You just have to stop. So, if you're that guy, just recognize you're that guy, and there's better ways to make money. I promise you, there's plenty of ways to make money. This might not be it. Um, the third one that I had written down, Jordan, was um, the third reason not to day trade is that you're going to lose money early on, and if that gives you anxiety,
Not just early on.
this isn't for you, man.
You are going to
Yeah,
lose
yeah.
money
Well,
throughout your
that's true.
career.
That this is actually true. So yeah, to be clear, you're going to lose money overall. When you're non-profitable. Even best case scenario, when you are profitable, you're still going to lose money. Lots of money. There's going to be
Yep.
days where you lose money, and you're going to have to be okay with that. And if that gives you anxiety, if you're not going to be able to sleep at night, if you're going to have a bad day and kick the dog and yell at the wife because you lost that, lost money that day on the market, and if that's going to affect your life, don't. I promise you, you should not do this. And we've seen people who we've talked to people, we've mentored people who can't who just they're not this person. And I don't know if you can fix that. You can get better at it for sure with practice. You know, I know for us personally, we've gotten much better as you just kind of exposure therapy, get better at being anxious at the thought of losing money. But there are people who it's just a different ball game, and they're never going to be.
It's like people
We've
with
talked to
like
people from.
phobias, right? There's going to be some people that are afraid of confined spaces. It doesn't matter. They will never get over that, right? Like there's just some people that can't. There are some people that can, but there are some people that can't.
Yeah, yeah, and again, maybe you can get better, but if you're that person who the thought of, hey, even 10 years down the line and I'm making good money doing this, there's going to be days when I lose money and I have to go the rest of the day. I have to log off the computer, right? Because I put my own personal stop limits on myself because you have to know when to stop. And I'm going to have gone down $1,000 and I have to just go about my day and it's not going to be a big deal. And it's like, it's not going to affect me. If you're not that person, don't do this because you're going to always lose money. You're going to lose money in general at the beginning, and then even best case scenario, you become profitable. You're still going to lose money. So this is a very unique. It's a very unique business. It is a business, right? Just like any business, there's going to be times when things happen. You're going to lose money. Unlike a salary, you're never going to lose money when you have a salary and you work for somebody. You're always going to get X amount of dollars in a day. Worst case scenario, you lose your job and then you make no money. Business and day trading, there are going to be times when you lose money. If you're not okay with that, this is not for you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, money, let's be honest, money is money is the biggest reason that marriages end. Money is a powerful thing. So just be careful. Like, again, I think I guess the top three things we were talking about were all money related. When you think about it, but money it's a powerful thing. It kind of drives our lives, right? Unfortunately, and hopefully it's not all about money because let's be honest, you can't buy happiness. But listen, it's more fun to cry in a Ferrari than it is to cry in a Honda. So I've been told. I wouldn't know that, but so I've been told. Anyways,
We're willing to try it out.
I'm willing to try it out for sure. So if anyone has one they want to donate, I'm available. The next one I had down was if you aren't prepared for it to take years to become a day trader, don't even bother starting. You've got to understand that you're in this thing for the long haul. Trading is not a short term game. I don't care what the gurus tell you. I don't care what all of the advertisements tell you. I don't care what maybe your friends tell you. Trading is not something that takes a week, a month, 6 months, a year. It's something that takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years to become proficient and profitable at. If you're not willing or have the ability to take that time, then don't even bother starting. Save yourself the effort. As Levi said, like save yourself the time, emotional effort, the emotional strain, and just go do something else or pick up a hobby, pick up pickleball. I mean, I don't know. Is that a hobby? Some would debate. Maybe racquetball or tennis or ping pong. I don't know. But yeah, trading is not a quick game. And Levi and I, when we first started, we were like, "Hey, this is only gonna." We kind of ate the Kool-Aid or drank the Kool-Aid of the gurus. We're like, "Oh, this is going to be great." We were sadly disappointed. Unfortunately, the only reason I think we stuck with it to begin with is because we'd put in a buttload of money in order to pay for a course and actually do this thing. But at the end of the day, it's a time thing. It's not really a learning thing. Well, of course, it's implicit learning. It is learning, but it's more time. The more time and reps you put in, it's like going to the gym. I'm back. I'm trying to get into the 1,000 pound club here this spring, and you don't instantly get strong. It's not 1 week or 2 weeks in the gym. It's months and months and years that you put into the gym accumulatively that is actually going to get you to where you want to be.
Piggybacking off that, is not really its own point. I didn't have this down in my top five, but this kind of applies to this. You need to enjoy it. Day trading's hard. It's really hard. And because it's going to take time to learn, you have to really like it, like for itself. And we've talked to people who are just trying to, and again, we drank the Kool-Aid too. We got tricked too. And so we feel for people who heard, hey, you just need to take my course, you just need to learn X, Y, Z, and you'll make money. And they get into it and they don't really love it. And so if you don't really love it, it's really hard to stick with. It's just really hard to bang your head against the wall. It takes kind of an idiot who really likes what he's doing to just constantly bash your head against the wall for a really long time to learn a skill that is hard to do. And so kind of up here, Jordan, and kind of piggybacked on a little bonus point for me is one of the reasons you shouldn't day trade is that day trading is really hard. And if you don't like it, you're not going to have the legs to stick through with it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a passion for it. I think we've seen that. I think the people that you see who are end up being really successful at anything they do have a passion for it, right? Like the only way you become really good at something is by having. You can't force it, right? You can't force yourself to really love something. I mean, sometimes I think you can get better at it, but think about it. All the people who are real, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, those guys super passionate about what they do, right? They are super passionate, they're super avid, business tech guys. You look at I mean, we've got the Olympics, I think do they start tonight? Um, Anyway,
Oh yeah, they start
I think
soon.
the Olympics start tonight, or sometime shortly. Anyways, the Olympics are right around the corner. Winter Olympics are right
Sick.
around the corner. The guys who get really good at figure skating. I mean, we could debate about curling. Levi and I have discussed about whether we should, have our own curling team someday. Stay tuned for Winter Olympics,
It's our one
2036.
shot at the Olympics.
Guys, stay posted for 2036. There may be an Olympic curling team that coming to you guys, but anyways, figure skate and to become good at any sport, you got these guys. You watch the videos about these guys or the little short documentaries in between the videos or the sports or the events, I would say, and you just can see that these guys are truly passionate about what they do. If you're not, you're never going to make it. So having that passion, I think, goes so far in towards getting you where you want to go. Because without passion, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, I actually listened to weird coincidence that you mentioned passion, but I just listened to a whole episode from Alex Ramosi, his business podcast, talking about what passion is. And we often think about passion as, do you like something? There's some truth to that, and the way it's used is often used that way. But really, the root of where passion comes from, the word passion is literally just endurance. That's what it means. It's endurance through suffering. It was first used in the Passion of the Christ. That's where the Latin word passion, the word passion comes from Latin, and it was used the Passion of the Christ, essentially essentially Jesus was willing to go through on the cross. And so that's actually the root of the word. It's how much pain are you willing to go through for something? If you have passion for something, you're willing to go through serious, significant pain to do it. And that's what passion is. And so in day trading, kind of keeping with our morose kind of downer day podcast, how much pain are you willing to go through to day trade? And if you're not willing to, that's fine. But there are other things that are going to be more enjoyable, right? If you're not willing to go through pain for day trading, it's one of the top 5 reasons you should not day trade.